Yeah. So I'm just going to sit here and chat to myself for a little bit. This hangout is for those. If you have questions, hop on, ask. Um, this is not a planned hangout. So I was just hopping on. But we'll see if anyone has questions or if anyone actually wants to pop on for a little bit. This may be recorded, may not be recorded. So let me post this thing on FutureNet and see if folks have questions. Might have to go post on the main account. We got somebody. What's going on?
Good, man. It's all the noise. Let me put myself on.
Are you driving? All right. Hello? I think I accidentally muted the one guy who showed up. I think I muted him. I think a guy showed up, but I think he was driving.
Oh.
His internet was
Don't
off.
tell me it's just you and me again.
No. Well, it's the three of us. I think he's coming back on. I'm not.
Okay.
This is just incognito, impromptu, any which way. So it's not anything. Not anything official or structured or planned or anything. Just seeing if folks got questions or not, and just posted this thing in a couple different places. So we'll see what happens. People show up if they have to register for it and have to wait a couple days. But if you just you just dump out a quick hangout, then they're just like, So we had one extra guy. I don't know. I think he's driving in a car or something like that, and his internet wasn't that good. So.
I just got back from my walk.
Your walk, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Working out?
Yeah, that's my extent of working out is my walk. Well, my daily dance and my walk every day.
That's good. It's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you got questions? You don't have questions.
I don't have questions, but I'm here to answer. And if you get too many people, I can go off so that more people can show up.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't know. We had one guy show up. I don't know what he's doing. I'm just now posting my link on other places. Facebook is real slow for me. I don't know why.
Facebook.
Facebook. Yep. Facebook. So I see you're on all of my email list. I don't know how that happened. I send you can see my secrets now. I send them all out on the same day, and then so you get like 6 emails one day a week.
Well, I subscribe to them. That's why I'm on them.
I getcha. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I'm going back and forth with the emails because a big time marketer guy I know. He I think he just lets the autoresponder take care of people because he has so much volume going through. He's not a give value type person. He's just buy traffic and and people will figure themselves out. And he has a private jet and he's making movies and things like that. So
it's working for him. So hey, why not?
It's working. But for the rest of us common folk, we need to do a little bit more. I don't know, more numbers or higher volume or something. I don't know. So how many leads do you have so far in your autoresponder?
I'm up to 65 something today.
Pretty good. Getting there.
I'm getting there.
Getting there.
I had to stop for quite a while. Didn't like doing that, but I had to. So
yeah.
Now I'm to buying traffic and stuff. So I'm getting about 50 something leads a day, depending.
Yeah, it's a pretty good amount. I mean,
I don't buy a lot of clicks. So, out of like 200 clicks or so, I did really well. I got clicks from Clay Montgomery. And
yeah,
the best that I've had ever.
Yeah.
And out of a 200 click order, I got like 102 subscribers. And I got 2 PLS signups. And I actually just got another one today.
That's good.
And it's only been 4 days, I think.
Yeah.
It usually takes about a month for them to even like do anything.
Right.
So
these guys are
pretty
fast.
excited about that. I was really excited about that. So
that's good. Well, what I do when I find something good there is just keep hammering it.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep ordering from him. Honestly, if it's working for me, I'm gonna keep doing it. And Clay's a good guy.
Yeah.
I'd rather give him the business than
course.
Someone I don't even know.
Right. I was going back and forth with a few other people, and a lot of people don't buy traffic the way I do, which I thought some people do and some people don't. Like, this one guy who has the jets and is making movies and stuff. He buys one media buy once a week, and I think at the moment, well, he has a large Facebook following too, but he does that, and he buys that one media buy. It's like $2,500 once a week, and that's all he does. And he has like 100,000.
Hey, if he could do that, he can do it. Awesome, that's great.
Yeah, and there's some people. Their strategy is, they buy like 300, 400, 500 clicks a day for maybe like 3-4 days out of the week, and then that's it. And so it's like I don't know what the healthy balance or healthy
whatever works.
But yeah, everyone has a different strategy. Yeah.
I buy it when I have it, and
yeah. So I don't know. That's good. I saw you go back to just Traffic Monsoon PLS was probably the best thing. How's that working?
It's working just fine. It's actually probably a good thing for me right now. Just focus on those two.
Make it easy. Yeah, I like the simpler days before all the 50,000 programs came in, and kind of all over the place. And so that's kind of where I was trying to simplify things. And so now I kind of settled into loops. I call them loops. Like, for example, I'm still a big fan of Traffic Authority, and I still swear.
I still like Traffic Authority. I just can't do it right now.
Yeah, no, but I was just telling for what my thinking is, I have an opportunity that's just for U.S. folks, and I know Traffic Authority traffic is 98% U.S., and so it's like a dedicated loop. Like this opportunity, I only have I have it linked, I have the opportunity PLS, then I, obviously plug in my Traffic Monsoon and then Traffic Authority. And that's just, it's its own separate link.
Well, I mean, I subscribe to your list. So,
oh yeah. So you know my secrets.
So for your FES, you have, Traffic Monsoon, PLS, Traffic Authority. And I think the other one was Traffic for Me. I think you put in there.
Yeah. So now that one was for TLC because.
That was TLC. I couldn't remember. Okay.
Traffic for Me, you get anywhere from 75, and the highest, their super premium list is 95% US traffic, but it's if I use Traffic for Me, I buy the premium, which is 75% US traffic. So for that one, it's just, if I buy traffic from Traffic for Me, the only thing I'm going to promote is TLC, PLS, Monsoon, and Traffic for Me. Or I don't know. I think I moved FutureNet in there. I don't know, but it's dedicated. It's its own separate list. I have to get to a point to where, and I've made this mistake before. I emailed people on this list about that offer and vice versa. Then I mixed it all around. Then I emailed everyone about everything. And so I was just like, I think that was.
I tried that too, and that didn't work. So
yeah, you have to go back. You have to keep them in their own separate lane, and so and I think that works the best. And I drawn this out 100 times, and so now it's like a solid flow. The problem is, I've always so transparent. I tell everybody, and I think that could be a fault to a degree because
no, I don't think so.
Some people are like lost, but some people get it. They're like, I see what you're saying, Rob. And I had Igor Keflitz. He's like the big SolarAd guy.
Yeah.
He's in my filtered Facebook messages. He says, "Hey Rob, I saw your latest video about overall improvement, and I like your idea. And he wants to interview me.
Awesome.
It's just like, oh, all right. But yeah, that was in response to a video I put out with just being all about improvement and all, not just one box in one little category, one little program. So,
hey, Sheldon.
We'll see. Is he muted?
Oh no.
He's typing.
Unmute.
What's up, guys? What's up?
Hey.
Long time no speak.
Long time no.
No, I thought you guys were I thought you was like doing some training, so I didn't want to interrupt you or anything.
Nope.
Hold on one second. I'll turn my video on. Get some light in here. Figure I'd jump on. I just saw your sign in for the Hangouts thing, man. It was cool. So it was storming here, so I had just logged back on actually.
Yeah, no, I was just doing a impromptu sort of deal, and if
I got you.
no one shows up, then I get off. What's up with your hair, man? Why you growing your hair out?
I don't know, man. Just enjoying the freedom. You know how it is. We was active duty for so long, and we had to cut it all the time and all that stuff. I'm about to get ready to cut it though. Like I've already shaved my beard. I couldn't stand it any longer. Yeah. I was like, I had to get rid of this. Same
way I grew it for a little bit, and then this is like the longest, and I have to cut it already.
Same here, man. I had to get rid of it. I was like, nah.
Brainwashed.
Exactly. Yep. Brainwashed.
Some people, they take it to the extreme opposite. They grow their beard down to their chest, and they get out and they just go the opposite direction. And
yeah. It was storming here, man. Like just 10 minutes ago, so I had logged off because I was getting ready for a one-on-one with my intermediate guy, get him straight. He just joined intermediate level. I'm like, dude, you are awesome. You know, you really just did a lot to set yourself up for success. But it's been good, man. You know, I've been doing my thing. I know, Rob. I know you've been doing your thing. So
I'm all over the place, man.
Exactly.
Rob,
like
you're always all over the place,
like
no
when we
matter
talked
what
to
you do.
Karita.
As long as you can handle it, that's fine.
Exactly. I mean, if you can handle it, you know, more power to you, man. More power to you.
Now the thing is,
People can't.
I want to go in another direction. Yeah, you know, internet marketing is good and things like that, but I don't know if you saw my recent post about, you know, different things I want to start doing. You know, I want to help, you know, vets who are transitioning. I want to help, you know, divorced dads get back on their own feet. You know, I spoke in a prison one time a long time ago, and I want to get back into that, speaking in prisons. You know, because a lot of guys.
Connect with that guy that I connected you with. I mean, he could probably give you some really. He's probably a good guy for you to be talking to.
Yeah, and I totally forgot about him until you just mentioned him. There was a guy at an old church I used to go to in South Carolina that he would go to the prisons every week, and one time he invited me, and it turned out real good. And but yeah, thanks for reminding me of that guy. We did speak.
Yep.
Yeah, there's stuff like that. I think internet marketing is great, but once you get to a certain point, it's like you're not going to revolutionize anything. You're not going to change anything. You're not going to. It's just so much more to life than just this little box of existence, and that's where I'm at. It's like you need income to have the freedom to do what you want. Yeah. Now that you get that square, it's now time to go
do what you want.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
Make a bigger effort. And so it's like I'm making that transition, if you will.
If you can do it, I'm doing both. You know, I've actually done the community service thing. I've been doing that for about 5 years. But I'm also not limiting myself to online marketing. I mean, I'm going to an in-person networking thing tomorrow. I used to do that all the time. There's no reason why you can't do what you want to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. I see so many people on here just doing. You know what? I've started like just deleting people who add me to groups. Like I don't even.
Oh my God.
Anymore. They add me
Don't
to a
get
group,
me started on
especially
that.
if I add them as a friend. I add them as a friend, and then they add me to this make money online group. I automatically just delete the group and I delete them. I don't want to deal with that crap. Like I'm tired of that. It's so annoying. It's so
very
annoying.
I get at least 5 a day, if not 10 a day that I've added to it. It's so annoying. I made a post about it, how I, started spamming the group saying I'm a porn star, I'm ambitious porn star.
I didn't see that one. I would have loved it. I would have loved that one. I didn't see it.
I didn't do any pictures. I just said what I was.
Well, even the text. I didn't see any.
Hey, it took 5 times of me posting that to get booted out of the Beyond Push Leaders group. So, whatever his first, Pietor, whatever his name is, kept adding me to that group. And I'm like, okay, I've had enough. So
I'm this porn star. That's funny. I'm gonna start using that one too.
There you go.
I don't know. There was like Rob. I've run into a couple of guys, man. I don't even know if you know them. You got so many people on your list coming at me and was like, "Man, I love that hangout you and Rob did and stuff." It was your hangout. Like I didn't mean for it to. I displayed my passion to tell people, like.
You wanted to spam my hangout.
What's up?
You wanted to take over my hangout. Yes, you did. Don't lie.
You asked me about it. Remember, you asked me. You asked me. You know how passionate about how I am about what I do.
Man. I don't care, man. Take them.
I know. I see that. I see that now.
I send them to you. Like, look, man. He's the trading guy. you know, hey Rob, can I get your link? Go find Sheldon, man. I'm doing my own things.
Exactly. That's
Right. You know, when I'm ready, because there's no shortage of people. You know, even when I do start getting into trading and studying it and wanting to share it and stuff, there's going to be no shortage of people. So I don't care if all 5,000 people who follow me sign up with your link, because when I down the road, there's going to be more people. So I'm not like, you know, so I was just like, hey, go find.
My cousin's been doing it for 20-something years, probably like 25 years.
What's that?
My cousin's been trading for like 25 years. Of course, it's different now than what it used to be before. It's probably even easier for him now, but
yeah,
why not? It's something.
Yeah, that's just another skill that you don't have to rely on people for.
exactly.
It's your own
Mhm.
knowledge and skills that, you know, determine how things go. So your own discipline, your own mental game. And that's a
Mental,
lot of it.
spiritual, psychological. It's so much to it that people don't know. Everybody
You
gets
fight with the wife or the husband, don't go trade. You know.
You said what now? What did you say?
I said if you get in a fight with the wife or the husband, don't go trade, because
don't trade.
little things like that affect everything else. You know.
Yep, don't trade if you. Yep, it's true.
Yeah, well, my cousin's already divorced.
Probably a good thing.
You know, I've heard stories of him throwing keyboards across the room, you know, things like that. So, you know.
It's different. Let me tell you, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
No.
Nothing worthwhile is. It's always going to be a learning curve, and, you know, dealing with crap till you get to a certain point. Then you keep dealing with crap. Then you keep dealing with more crap.
I think as long as you, like I say, what you're able to do, you're able to live the life that you want to live now and do the things that you want to do. Screw everything else, man. Just like I was telling India the same thing. Like I guess she was getting kind of sad because people were like calling her a scammer. I'm like, look, don't worry about that.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, if they're calling you a scammer, that means you're doing something right.
Yep.
You know?
Bet you they won't call their boss a scammer who fires them after 10 years of.
And a lot of these people are just keyboard warriors, man. That's all they are. Like, because, you know, you meet them face to face, and then they're like a totally different person. You know, the same person I am behind this camera, that's how I am in real life. I don't change for nobody.
You shouldn't.
That's what they told me at the TM event. You know, they was like, yeah, you're the same annoying guy in person.
Yeah.
You know, I
Well, I mean, I know how you are, Rob. Like I said, because I can relate to people like you, man. I dealt with you guys. Like, I dealt with Marines, soldiers, all of them. So I know what your mental, how you think and stuff, and, you know, just no BS type of person. Which honestly, that's what you got to be. You know, nowadays there's so much garbage out here, so much garbage.
see. No, we got, who's it? John. Covered. You're over it. Somebody else joined the call. We're just sitting around BSing. So if you want to say something or not, we're I don't know. I don't hear anything.
Welcome, John. Unmute yourself. He's muted.
Yeah, it's probably scared.
Don't be scared. It's just us.
Yeah, I don't bite.
What is the deal going on with
Sometimes
this
I do.
Amazing 5 or this new little thing that they got going on that everybody's like getting, I guess, got scammed
Who
on?
the
and
hell
stuff?
cares?
What is that?
I'm too busy doing
Who is
my
it?
own thing to even.
I don't know. It's just
Amazing.
I see this stuff on my news feed. Like,
I think it's another. It was another rev share, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
After Amazing 5 or
I don't know, Amazing 5 and then the one after that would, I guess, come from the same
flip
people.
your money or flip something.
Oh yeah, I saw something for Flip.
Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, I mean,
Don't.
I think people are getting desperate. They said,
Yeah.
well, some people told me some of the high traffic monsoon people were in, were they into Flip, or they were into Amazing 5, or they were into one of the other ones that just went went under, and I think people are just getting desperate and scared. I joined stuff that went under. I'm not gonna say, but there is always like limits to it. It's like if you're just putting your, and I've always had doubts about, even Beyond Push and some of the other things, but you just never know. But some people are just every time the wind blows, oh, I gotta go jump on that, and it's just like, okay. I can be an impulse program joiner, but come on, even I have limits. You know what I'm saying? If you
have a brain.
I have to think my 10 programs right now are good. I don't need an 11th.
That's all you need right there, man.
Don't join anything else, Rob. Okay.
No. But
Rob, how many programs are you in, man? Seriously.
Don't worry about it, man.
I gotta ask you.
Don't worry about it, man. That's the only question
I might have to come kick your butt, Rob. If you join something else, I might have to.
I'm not joining anything else. But seriously, look, here it is. Here's my thinking, okay? Messing around with certain people kind of got me a little sidetracked, but all my stuff's in a row and in a line and dedicated. So, for example, and also I get a personal thing about improvement. So TLC, I really believe that the food you eat, you do need to cleanse, and I believe that wholeheartedly. So I have a personal interest in that. Also with that, some people may or may not know, I actually joined Enagic. I'm not promoting it, but there's a water filter. You can drink alkaline water, and I believe that you should drink alkaline water. Deeper than just promoting stuff online, I honestly believe that this is the best kind of water you can drink.
I agree with you. Yes, you should.
And so that was, I'm not going to join a organic food MLM, but I'm just saying, I do believe that you should drink alkaline water, and I do like the TLC products. I don't promote Enagic. I sent out like one email about it, but I'm not promoting it because it's a little longer of a process. But TLC, because of my health, and when I saw financial education services, they fix your credit, they give you LifeLock, all that stuff, I was like, you know what? That's kind of right up my alley, because I got a truck financed at 24.9% because I have no credit. I paid off all my debt, but I didn't have any credit cards, no revolving debt, no payment history, 2 repos on my record. So I was like, man, that's like right up my alley. I can talk about being broke and in debt and making bad credit decisions all day long. And so I figure if you're going to promote something, you want something that's close to you that you could just talk about. Just like you, Sheldon. That's why you're successful at trading. You could talk about, you say trading, and Sheldon goes on for like 20 minutes. You can't even get a word in because he's just, but that's why you're successful at, because you had that passion. I was just like, man, the same thing that hit me with the credit. But then my thinking is, look, it's not just one area of improvement. It's like I can help people make money, improve their financial situation, improve their health, and if they need to, they can improve their credit at the same time. But, that's my thinking a little,
that makes sense, man. Honestly, because
it makes
the military, they don't teach us that. They never, we never went through a finance class where
nobody teaches this stuff. Nobody teaches it anywhere.
They don't teach it.
You basically learn it on your own through your own self-education, or by doing what we're doing.
I had to learn on my own, Rob. Like, I know you've seen what my credit score is now, but it wasn't always like that, man. I had actually had a repoed car that I didn't. It wasn't my fault. It was my ex it was my ex-fiance way back when I was in Iraq. Okay, you can relate to this. I was in Iraq, and guess what? I left the car behind because I wanted to help out. I wanted to make sure that she could get to work every day. I wanted to do this. I'm like, the car is gonna be there, so why let it sit? Try to help somebody else out so that they can get on their feet, because I'm not gonna be able to use it. I'm gonna be in Iraq. So all that happened, and then come to find out, I come home, there's no car. It's repoed from her getting into a car accident, she was a drunk driver, and she hit a parked car, and it ended up on my credit. It took my credit score from a 750 down to a like 610. So I can totally relate with the whole credit thing. I have since built that up, but I have learned from that. That has been like a life experience, and that's just one bad experience. You know, a lot of them when you're in the military, but you learn from those, and that's how we grow. And I agree with you with that. It's especially too with the TLC, with the health, because taking care of yourself. What do we do every day when we were in? We did PT, right? We worked out. That was part of our job. We got paid to work out. So we know how important it is for us to take care of our bodies. You know, let other people see that, because America is the most obese country in the world. Like, you go to London, you go to Germany, you don't see that. It's not there. Not there.
Speaking of obese,
Overfed, undernourished. That's
fried.
exactly what we are.
I'm eating fried zucchini.
You know, I was in South Korea, guys, 2 times, right? And the McDonald's over there, their Big Mac, like, I'm not lying, I'm so serious. Their Big Mac, the Big Mac that we got here, their Big Mac is almost, it would make like 5 or 6 of them. That's how small their Big Mac is. McDonald's.
We like to oversize it here.
Yep.
Oversize me.
Their Popeyes they don't even have they have no KFC, they have none of that stuff. These people are some of the healthiest people in the world, like especially in Asia. But they and I'm talking about the elderly, like people in their 60s and 70s and 80s are still carrying stuff on their backs down the street. Like, there is no violence. You know, kids can be out all times of the night. I seen like little 10-year-old, 12-year-old kids running the streets at like 10 o'clock at night. South Korea. You do that here, you ain't gonna see your child no more in America.
Nope.
I don't know how we got from food to kidnapping, but yeah.
You'll see him on the blog somewhere. It's so different. It's so different. That's why I'm like, you know, I loved my experience when I was in the military, when I did it for 8 years. It was awesome because it made me appreciate a lot of things, like a lot of things. But I learned the hard way. So I learned the hard way. I made a lot of mistakes, just like Rob. So I can relate. That's why me and Rob kind of connect, you know, so well, I guess, because we both have like similar experiences.
When I got out, I made every wrong decision that you could possibly make.
I made every wrong decision to make while I was in. So.
But yeah, I see John. Do you have any questions? Are you just hanging out?
Just hanging out.
Hanging out. Okay.
How you doing, John?
I'm from Australia anyway, so.
Welcome.
I always wanted to go there, man. I always wanted to visit Australia. I still got to go there. I got some friends right now who I used to work with that actually, I don't know if they renounced their citizenship, but I know that they moved to Australia. So I heard that's like an awesome place.
Whereabouts did they move to?
It was not Sydney. It was, I can't remember the city. It was, I think it was somewhere like on the West Coast.
Perth?
Yeah, Perth, Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, on the west side.
Oh man, I gotta go there. I haven't been there yet. I've been to the Philippines, been all over Asia, been through Germany. Haven't been to Africa. Don't want to go to Africa. Been to Canada, but I've never been to Australia. I gotta go there.
Should go to Africa and Australia in that order.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go to Africa. I want to go there.
What time is it in Australia right now?
It's 10 a.m. on Thursday morning.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was thinking it was like in the middle of the night, and I was like, man, you don't want to listen to in the middle of the night, you know.
Morning.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for joining us. Like I said, this is just an impromptu thing. If anyone have questions, but I don't plan. I didn't plan this, so I've, just seeing if anyone was hanging around. I can't do Facebook Live because I got a Android and they don't have that
How do
app
you
yet.
do Facebook Live?
I don't
Jump
even
on
know
iPhone.
what Facebook Live is.
No, you can live stream on Facebook and read people's comments who are watching your live stream, and you can kind of interact. It kind of like this, but just all on Facebook. And some of the marketers are starting to do that more so. And
I have an iPhone, so I guess I should check it out.
Yeah,
you have to have an iPhone to be able to do it?
You have to use the app, and then only I think iPhone. I don't know who makes iPhone apps, but Android needs to hurry up and get theirs in order. But yeah, it's like some app you download, and you go back and forth, just like Periscope. And
I was thinking that sounds a lot like Periscope.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So.
Oh, okay.
Periscope, I think you can read comments too, like people watching. They could ask a question or say.
Yeah, but you can't respond back. Like you can't type back. You could like vocalize back, but you can't like
That's
type back.
Yeah.
Rob, let me ask you a question. Have you, because you follow Grant Cardone, right? So have you tried that water pitch challenge?
No, I thought about it, but no.
You got such a huge following, man.
I know. He gave me a shout out on one of his pages.
Exactly. Yeah, that's even more motivation to do it. I got a trading friend of mine. She did it because she's like a diehard Grant Cardone. She wants to like get trained by him because she's also an internet marketer too as well. But I'm like, man, I saw that whatever it takes. I watched it. Shit's funny, man.
I do too.
It's hilarious.
I haven't watched the latest one, but yeah, people are dumb. They need to show up ready to go. Just read his books. I actually bought his course. It's $1,000. His Cardone U. He always advertises it.
Veterans get it free, right?
Yeah, that's a real good course, and that's where I get a lot of ideas and drive from. And the more I listen to him, the more I start talking like him. And it just comes out of my marketing, and it's that's why I tell people to if you watch my videos, if you want to do what I'm doing, you want to get my belief, just keep listening to me, and it's not it's just natural. Like if you watch soap operas or if you listen to rap music, you're going to start speaking like that, and you're going to start thinking in those terms.
Yep.
So in my case, I listen to Grant. And then all this stuff just starts permeating all of my marketing, and then folks are like, man, you sound like Grant Cardone. I'm like, whatever. But
I found out, man, that he's giving that course. He's giving it to veterans for free though.
I got it free, and then I bought it from him too. I did both. I don't know. Yeah, just what happens when you start getting a little bit of money? You start buying shit twice just to make sure you have it. I don't know. I wanted to make sure it was the same thing, and so it's only $9.95, and
Is it the same?
Don't get me wrong. Yes, it's the same thing, but I was laughing because I said it's only $9.95, and I'm like, back in the day, it would have took me like 6 months to save up $9.95. Now it's just like.
So it feels good.
That would take me a while to save up.
Put that shit on a card, man. I'm done.
I love what Renee was doing too, because she's not like following everybody else. Like they have this, I don't know, Traffic Monsoon 19% 9 plan or whatever it is. But I know Renee was doing the she explained she was just withdrawing like 1,000 every 2 weeks. That is realistic. Like that's something that the average person can work with, and it could change their life. Like people don't need a whole bunch of thousands upon thousands of dollars. Just an extra 500 a week would help. It would help tremendously. It would help a lot of people.
Yep.
You're right.
Awesome. I really like that.
And it doesn't take much to get there either.
It doesn't.
Really don't.
I only have 46 active referrals.
Yeah, see? And
I mean, I
You
did
could
a
sail
video
off
about
into the
that.
sunset.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, I said you could sail off into the sunset. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you could. In all seriousness, that, and I kept thinking about myself. I'm like, what is this intense drive for? Why are you driving so much? And that's why I just kind of came up with the thing. It's just like, look, man, you need to go a different route, because making money is okay, but once you're at a certain level, you kind of need to change gears. And if you want to get to that higher level, you're going to have to do it. I mean, because making more money for what? For the sake of making more money, to spend more money, I'm buying 20,000 clicks a week in traffic. Okay, well,
There's a higher purpose for that.
It has to mean something. I want to, leave a legacy behind. I don't want to just
Absolutely.
be in this little internet marketing box. And I see some internet marketers, they're writing books about internet marketing. I'm like, come on. If you're going to write a book, make it mainstream and make it something that's going to be timeless, because internet marketing, it's going to change.
Right.
In 2-3 years, everything that we're doing is going to shift. For example, there's a lot of studies going around saying that just like real estate had a bubble, home-based businesses, network marketing, they're saying it's in a little bubble. A lot of people are saying there's a big recession on the way, a huge, massive recession, and that everybody's going to be flooded into internet or network marketing as an industry, and it's going to be a bubble, and it's going to pop at some point. And so they gave this like a lifeline of 10 years, but it's like, it's always chasing a carrot. Bless you. It's always chasing a chapstick. You're chasing a carrot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when are we going to stop chasing this carrot and actually do something that's meaningful and timeless? Right. And so that's where I'm at. And it's just like, I don't want to be some great internet marketer. I want to do something where I'm at.
In life. Give back to the community. Do something. Make a difference in people's lives in another way. And you can do that that's what I'm doing. You could do that while you're still building your online marketing business. You don't have to wait until then. I think
that my brain, I'm so segmented in my thinking. It's like, back when I was paying off my debt, it was just like, that was the only thing I needed to pay off, and that was the only thing I was obsessing about. And then once I paid off, I was like kind of in limbo land for a while. I was just like, I worked so hard and intense for this one thing, and I got it. Now what?
Yep.
And I kind of, I got another direction. But as humans, we're like that. If we have a goal and we're intensely working for it, that's it, man. But we also have to plan for when we hit the goal, what's the next goal? And in my case, I hit my goal, and I was like, now what? I don't know.
So what do you think keeps Frank going then?
I think he wants to be. I think I saw.
He must be number one in everything.
I'm just being honest, like, because you say you're looking at it from a different standpoint, but then so how would you think? What would you think Frank would be like? What's his goal? Because I mean, he hasn't reached it yet. He's still going hard every single day.
He wants,
a couple things.
Yeah, go ahead.
He wants to be first in the 3 offers, to which he says you should focus on 1, you should focus on 3, you should focus on 10 if you listen to Rob. No, I'm just kidding. No, he said he wanted to be number 1 in all 3 offers. I don't think he's ever going to be number 1 in Traffic Monsoon, because Emmy has, like, the last I heard, he was around 40 or 50,000 active ad packs, and that's just
okay. That's amazing. Though. I mean, God bless him.
I'm like, seriously, 40? I can't even.
I can't even comprehend that many ad packs.
I'm like, wow. And he's going after guys.
Like, how
He
many are
says,
falling off per day?
Oh my
I
god.
don't know, but he signs up people, and he says, you can only sign up for me if you have 150K right now to join. And so he has a team of 6 people, and I've confirmed this through multiple people. He has a team of 6, and he'll sign up a couple people, and then if there's more people, he'll give them to his team of 6. 1, 2, 3,
Good
4,
for
5,
him.
6.
That's
And it's
awesome.
150K a pop. And so a couple things, if you ask Rob. Number one, how come you know the bank account need to be starting to release this money? And I have my own little issues about that. But number two, it's arbitrary. Even in my case, the ad packs are arbitrary. I have 400 active now. I have 446 active referrals. I have more active referrals than I do ad packs. What's the difference between 100 and 150 ad packs or 200? Maybe a few bucks per day, yes, but it doesn't do anything. You see what I'm saying? And that's where I kind of stalled out, because it's like, what's the goal? I want to be to have 100,000 ad packs. For what? For what reason? How's that going to help you? What does that do other than for bragging rights?
For bragging rights. That's
I'm not in
exactly
this
what
thing
it does.
to have bragging rights. I'm in this to help people, to inspire people, and to do other things that I want to do with my life, because I need freedom to do it. Now that I hit that level, now it's time to go do those other things. If I sit here in this internet marketing box, I want to be the best. There's nothing more. If I see a person like that, there's nothing more I can learn from that person. You see what I'm saying? And it's nothing against that person. Nothing against, Frank or anybody. It's just where I am and bigger things I want to do. And so it's like, I very rarely post my traffic monsoon stats, because it's arbitrary. I've used it to pay off all my bills. The only thing I'm trying to do is teach other folks to come up with your own plan. That's why I suggested the broke man's plan. And I always tell people, because there's some people, they want to follow what I did word for word, and it's just like, look, I don't know your situation. This is meant to be a guide to get you thinking, to come up with your own plan. If you don't like Four Corners, switch it out. If you don't, and once you have your plan, stick to it, and if it works, boom, and that's what I want, people to become independent of their jobs. And so, yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got off on that tangent. I'll just say trading and have Sheldon talk to the next.
Well, I mean, same thing with me. I mean, I reached one of my goals. I quit my job, okay? So, but my goal has always been to mentor other people. It's just in me to teach other people. So
Yeah.
that is what I strive to do every single day. Yes, I like to make money. Obviously, I
Who doesn't?
need money to survive. However, what drives me more is teaching other people how they could quit their job, or get out of debt, or whatever it is that they want. But I could do that and still live my life. I don't have to be a slave. I mean, my biggest thing this past year is I ran myself to, become crazy with not sleeping enough and that kind of thing. And I really had to step back. And, that's what I did last month. And I said, I don't need to be doing that, because I can still do this, do it simply, live my life, and not be nuts.
Yeah.
And still mentor people.
I can still be nuts, but
I
just
can
not
still be
nuts on the internet.
Not nuts on the internet. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I decided to tone it down and downsize. And you know what? I'm a lot clearer in the head. And
It's always good to be clear in the head.
But I could still do what I want to do
Yeah.
Just do it simpler and still show other people, no matter what the heck they want to do for their business, I could still show them how to make it work for them. And
It's
that's really what my goal is.
Yeah.
And it's always been that way. I just kind of got away from that for a little bit.
I think we all have at some point, you know, and you really just got to look back and see what are you doing this for? Like, why did I leave the military of 8 years and I was making like over almost $6,000 a month to do something like this and start from nothing? You know what I'm saying? So I think we all get distracted. You know, I even deal with that with my trading, and then people constantly coming at me with different. It's so many different trading groups and so many different, you know, experts and stuff, and these guys know this and these guys. It's like, who do you follow? You don't want to follow anybody. It's crazy. Like it's mind-boggling. Like, as bad as it is in the internet marketing world, it's about 1,000 times worse in the trading world. And the reason being is because it's more revenue. It's easier. It's more money being flown. So it's a lot easier to generate money, you know, without all the complications of referring, sponsoring, recruiting. So it's like everything that y'all have to go through. Like when I went through when I was doing it actively, I go through that 10 times, 100 times worse. Somebody is always like, what is this indicator? What is this? What's this system? You know, how do you do that? How do you do this? And I'm like, look, just follow the system. Don't ask questions. Follow the system. Everything is laid out. Videos, step-by-step explanation. Rob knows. Rob's in basic. He knows. He knows that it works. And
Don't ask questions. Do what we tell you. The training's all there.
Exactly.
Don't deviate.
Exactly.
Don't look left. If we say pick up the green ink pen, pick up the green ink pen.
Don't ask questions.
Just focus, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Like, people ask questions, and it's like, this is why you're not successful. And it's the same way with internet marketing. They ask questions. Well, I bought 50 clicks. I bought 100 clicks. How come I haven't gotten a sign up yet? Okay, I had to buy like 200 clicks before I even got somebody to open up my emails, you know, on my opt-ins and all that stuff. It's all recycled traffic anyway. So you got to get a part of that person's list that hasn't been burnt out from some superstar internet marketer to even have a chance. So that means you got to keep buying more and more and more. So where do you get that money from? Okay, well, and like Rob, Broke Man's plan, use the traffic monsoon profits. That was like probably one of the smartest things that anybody has ever explained. The way Rob says you can use your traffic monsoon profits instead of using your pocket money, because now you're basically buying traffic for free. And if you can't do that and you have good credit, well, okay, what's the next thing you should do? Put it on a credit card. All right, get a $5,000 credit card, no interest, 12 months, okay? And then just gradually buy the traffic. Don't go out and buy 10,000 clicks, $5,000 one time. Don't do that. Buy it gradually in spurts. And then as you start to build up the income, pay the credit card back. It helps build up your credit. They're going to give you more money to spend because that's what the bank does. And then on top of that, you're building your list for free using the bank's money.
Yep.
It's no different.
Same thing. And even with that, it's like I tell people, it's like they ask the questions, what if they're recycled leads? What if they're this? What if they're that? And I just say, look, over time, your numbers are your numbers is just gonna play out, because half of my list, I'm sure, is junk leads, but I'll just keep hammering it, and say I get 50% real leads and 50% crap leads. Sooner or later, those 50% real leads are gonna work in my favor. So I'm not concerned about, you know, some crap over here. And it's the same thing. If you go to the gym, you're going to have crappy workout days.
Yep.
If you run or if you walk or whatever it is you do, some days you're just not going to feel, you know, like working out, or you're not going to feel like a champ or whatever. But if you just keep going, over time, those cumulative results are going to start working out in your favor. Yep. You know, people say, "Oh, well, what do you do in the gym? Or how much do you bench?" And blah blah blah. It's just not, you know, it's irrelevant. It's just going. Just the fact that you're showing up every single day is it. You know, and I tell people, think of internet marketing or, you know, even trading. Just think of it as a job. It's your job to put out a blog post, to study your material, your marketing material, your trading information, and it's your job to show up to your hangouts or your trading sessions. And if you just show up, you're going to make money. It's really just that simple, you know. And so with anything, you just show up to the gym long enough.
That is true.
Just show up.
That's
You
true.
know, you show up, play around with the weights. Keep playing around with the weights. One of these days, you're actually going to get a good workout in. You know, you just keep studying marketing. One of these days, it's just going to snap. You keep studying trading. One of these days, you're just going to learn this technique.
There's a lot of times where oh my God, I wanted to just bash my head in a computer screen.
See?
A lot of nights. I was so determined to learn this that I think the most I spent was about 22 hours. I got 2 hours of sleep. The rest of the time I was studying, practicing.
That's crazy.
That's how serious I was. Like, I don't do that no more. I stopped that. I'm above that level. But I did that. I actually did that. You know.
But when you get
when you're first getting started, that's what you got to do.
You have to do that though when you're first getting started.
With anything. Just like when I was buying my solos and that whole deal and stuff. And it's the same thing, you know. You have that income coming in, it's got to go to your traffic. It's got to be geared directly towards your traffic, because if it's not, you're going to spend it on something else. You're not going to save it. It's going to go towards something else. So you got to keep it on your goal, on your target, whatever it is you're doing, whatever business it is, internet marketing, trading, whatever. Because all of this stuff, it all ties in together. The objective and the outcome is to make money, make you enough money to where you can free yourself from your job, that you can do the things that you want to do, that you can give back. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's really all about at the end of the day.
Yep. And on that note, I think I'm gonna wrap up this hangout. I know.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to add, John? You just over there hanging out?
That's fine. It's all good. I'm listening, learning. So yeah, it's all good.
But yeah, John. I mean, you want to connect with me, man.
I know.
I'm easy to get a hold of. So it's just
Unlike that Rob jerk over there.
All that Rob jerk, dude.
Rob is one of my closest friends on there. Renee is one of my friends on there too. So they're just But I'll talk to you guys later, man. I got to get ready for this session. So.
All right.
Hi, Sheldon.
Rob, also still, man, let me know when you want that one-on-one, man. I still owe you a one-on-one.
We'll get there, man. I'll let you know.
All right.
Making $50K a day. I'll let you know.
All right. Y'all take care.
All righty.
All right. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
You heading out too, John? All right, John. Well, thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
All right, and then there were two.
Then there are two.
Or you can tell me you gotta go do stuff too. It's fine. I gotta go here. But yeah, no, I thought about that for longest. I was like, man, I don't know. I just can't just settle down on traffic monsoon. I have doubts, and I know that's probably like a personal thing. I probably shouldn't be saying that. I have doubts. Rob has doubts on traffic monsoon. I just do. It's hard not to.
It's hard not to have doubts.
It's scary too. Because it's like, it's just scary. Zeke Rewards, I did all my research. I was like, it's penny auctions. How could you're buying I was like, and then that went under. SEC shut it down. Then, back then I've been a Ponzi scheme. Now it's just like, well, could be any number of reasons. The reps in the field. I didn't know that the reps, if we're saying things, we can get a company shut down for things that the reps are saying.
I knew that from Shackley. I learned that it's like you had to be incredibly careful with what you said, because you couldn't say that you could cure anything. Very strict P&R rules about lots of things. Yeah.
And you say one wrong thing, even with TLC, people are out there.
you know, TLC doesn't cure diseases, but I took the Gano and the doctor said my cancer went away. And it's just like,
you got to be really careful with that. You have to be really careful. I mean, I've gone to seminars where, you know, where people have, you know, said similar things like that, and you really can't. But they have to do a disclaimer and say, you know, this is my story. This is what happened. I can't say that Shaklee cured this, but this is my story. This is what happened when I took this, when I did this. You know, you just can't do that. You have to be really careful, and anything can get shut down.
And yeah, I think that's my issue too. It's just like I'm so, you know, it's like now to have income, it's like trying to just protect it. And, you know, so I was kind of reaching all around, and so now I kind of have a system going. But before I was kind of driving myself bonkers because it's just like, you know, even a guy who's talking to me in Traffic Monsoon, in the beginning of Traffic Monsoon, they used to have all of these UK events. Used to see Charles at all of the events over there, all over the place in the UK. He says, happen anymore. No UK events are going on. And it's died down. And, you know, he's like, well, why is that? And I was like, well, I don't know. And he's like, well, people are getting scared and crying about their money and blah, blah, blah. And then Charles was supposed to hire a CFO, a CPO, a chief.
I remember him doing a video about that a few months ago.
And now we don't hear anything about a CFO and a CPO and a CPR and whatever else. Then Charles was supposed to, you know, open up the bank. Then we'd have no idea what's going on. And then he was supposed to open up an office in Dubai. And there's still no office in Dubai. And it's just like, okay, you know, and it's just like, I don't know. I get scared.
I mean, I would love to
so.
see Traffic Monsoon stick around, but you know, if it doesn't, I will move on to something else. I know what to do. It's not like, will my income decline for a bit? Yes, obviously, but I at least have the strategy. I know what to do. And
to apply it to different.
To apply it to whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so it's just, you know, everyone's doing that just on different levels. You know, like even the guy I follow, he's doing the same thing I'm doing. You know, just doing the best he can to keep income coming in, but just at a higher level. You know. And there is really no difference. You know, the higher up in income you go, we're all still kind of speculating and just we're all doing the same exact thing. It's just whether you make, you know, $10 a week or, you know, 100K a week, it's like we're all still wanting to protect ourselves. Like the guy I follow, he says, you know, he's made $300K a month in one company to have it shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And now he would rather make 10K a month and, you know, 30 companies, quote unquote, because if something happens, he can keep on rolling. And then he said, well, I'd like to see anyone out there right now who's making 300K in any one company. Any which way, there are some people out there, I'm sure, but, you know, not what we're doing. Oh, man, we got someone. I was just about to end the hangout.
You were just ending.
Oh, you messed everything up, man. No.
You messed it. No, it's okay. You could be on.
Uh-oh. We got you muted.
Unmute yourself.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Yep. Hear the kitties in the background.
Yeah, I got the kitties in the background. I'll mute myself.
No,
it's okay.
We're just open talking. We're not, you know, we're just about to end the hangout, actually.
Cool.
Yes, and man, what's going on?
Everything is good, thank God. I'm just excited to hopefully meet you guys in New York. Are you going, Renee, too, or?
I can't. I wish I could. I can't. It's my hour that same day. I'll be in New York.
Say hi? All right, come on.
Hurry. In New York.
Say hi real quick to my friends online. All right, this is my little guy here. Say hi.
Hey.
I'm not.
All
Yeah,
right.
I want to see. Okay, now he's fine. He'll be fine for a little bit.
Yeah. And Bay, you want to say hi to Rob and Renee? Come over here real quick. Say hi to Renee. Hi, Rob and Renee. It's my wife.
That's Robin.
That's not Robin. That's Rob.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You're Robin. You're Robin now, Rob.
We'll have to talk about that.
He's a superhero. He's a superhero freak. He loves all the superheroes. And I called you Rob. Now you think you're Robin.
Robin. Yeah, I need someone better than Robin.
Yeah, he's doing Robin.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know.
All right, take your Robin away. All right.
I like Robin.
All right. Let the adults talk now.
What's going on? I seen your recent video on amazing
amazing scams.
Yeah.
Amazing scams?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The amazing scams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have one of my downlines that unfortunately I feel bad for the guy because he's always bringing me these other opportunities, and I'm like, man, he joined PLS under me. He joined Beyond Push. He's in My Pain ads with me. He's in Traffic Monsoon with me. I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna say no to this guy again. And I said, listen, you know what? I'm gonna cut you a deal. This is the deal. I've lost thousands of dollars in these HYIPs from 2001 to 2004. Royalty 7, you name it, I've been in all of them. I'm pretty sure you heard some of those names. And I told him, listen, these are fly-by programs. They're high risk. They're okay. You could get in the beginning and throw $200-300 if you have the extra money to flip and take it out and run. But unfortunately, this is not something that I want to commit to and promote and put my face behind it, because it's going to be a scam. And then what you're going to do when you get poor folks that don't have the money to lose, putting in 50, 100, 200, and then you got to look at them in their face and say, "Oh, I'm sorry." It comes with the territory.
That kind of stuff. You just don't. You just don't want to be doing it.
So I made a deal. With him. I said, "Listen, I'm gonna drop $100 into this, and you gotta guarantee my $100 for 2 months. Could you do that?" He goes, "Oh yeah, Val, I got your back.
Okay.
This is 100%. This thing is paying out real good." I said, "You sure?" He said, "Yeah, I go right ahead. I know your money will be good. At least in 2 months, take out your seed money, and then I'm not responsible." I said, "Okay." I was in there for 20 days with $100, and they shut down yesterday. I told him, "Don't even pay me back the money. What do you learn from this?"
That's funny.
It is what it is,
Yeah. No, there's a guy I follow. Millionaire guy. I mean, most people probably already know who he is. I just don't want to say his name because I know he's real particular about people talking about him. But he said the same thing. He said, there's a guy who joined him in like 10 opportunities. And then he said, "Let me join you." I'm going to mute you for a second.
Yeah, I can't hear Rob.
Yeah. No, he just said, "You joined me in 10 opportunities. Don't think I owe you to join you in an opportunity." You see, and there's a difference there, and it kind of makes sense because it's like, opportunities I join, most of the opportunities I join are based off of recommendations from people that I semi-trust. I maybe not trust them 100%, but they've been around, or they have some ninja internet marketing skills, internet research skills, and so they'll come back with me with these different programs, and it's just like, okay, then I'll do my own research, and then later on I'll join. Or I'll watch a program. If I'm interested in a program, I know a few of people, I think his name's Mark Fuller, black dude on Facebook, he's around. A few people like that who I know are in other opportunities, and if I'm interested, I'll kind of just watch them or talk with them, and then later on down the road, if something happens to one of mine, I'll go join this guy in his, and because I know him. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm just joining a random program I don't know anything about. You know, I've joined some crappy programs, and you know, I think we all have. We all been through that ringer. But you get to a certain point, and then you only start to join stuff that other leaders are in. And if you don't see any other leaders in it, you know, and I tell people, look, if you really want to join something and there's no significant leaders in it, give it 6 months at least. If it's still around in 6 months, go for it. You know, just different things like that. But there's nobody knows. We don't have a crystal ball saying this program right here is going to work or this program's just going to go away. You know, a lot of the HYIPs, they just go away. I just, you know, I joined. I didn't even know what HYIP was.
I didn't
for a while. But I joined one, and you know, it's just like if you're not getting a product, which is my thing with Beyond Push. After a while, it's just like we are not benefiting from what we're spending. We're just getting word that the company's making their money and blah blah blah, and then you know, the guy I joined, he said the CEO is coming out with information, blah blah blah. So it's just like, okay, the majority of programs you just don't hear anything about the background, the inner workings. And so if you're just putting money in, like to flip my money, what are you getting other than a promise? You know, and so it's just like you got to start staying away from those types of programs. Or you can have one of those types of programs in your little repertoire. You know, in my scale, that's like the really shady program. Then you got the rev share, which is a little less shady. Then you got the traditional home business, which you pay and you got to make sales. And so I think if you have like all of them in an array, you know, you got the flipping my money over here, but you're actually connecting it to a company that sells real products or that offers a real service, that balances out your portfolio there. So yeah, like TLC. You know, you're selling real stuff, but you connect it to a system, Traffic Monsoon, PLS, TLC. You know, okay, maybe we can add a shadier program in the mix. And the reason being, if folks are really broke, say, hey, look, if you're super broke and you got $10, put it in this little shady rinky-dink deal over here, turn your 10 into 20, turn your 20 into 50, take out your 50, buy your PLS. Take out 20 or 40 more and buy your auto ship at TLC, and just keep doing that month after month after month. Then use Traffic Monsoon to buy solo ads, and just keep doing that, and then sooner or later you're going to start getting signups over here. And then if something happens to these little shadier programs, just replace them and just keep moving forward, you know. So that's my thinking. I'm going to unmute you. I don't know if the kiddies are quiet. My shadiest programs, my paying ads.
No. He's saying no, they're not.
No, kitties are louder. They're probably louder. Yeah. Yeah. So with my paying ads, you know, they had their issues, but they're still around. They're still paying. You know, I'm secretly still trying to include that in one of my systems, but I know it's just going to drive people bonkers, so I'm not going to do it. But that's
You're
why.
wise to not mention it. You can do it on your own and with your group of people. I mean, but you're wise not to mention it. You can do things. Doesn't mean you need to tell everybody that.
No, I'm not. You know, people close to me know, but you know, I think where I'm at now with my systems, and a hush with a few, where I'm at with my systems, they have dedicated traffic. Like when I buy traffic from Traffic for Me, I'm promoting my TLC funnel with that 100%, and I'm doing that once a week. So whether I buy 200 clicks a week or 2,000, the only thing I'm going to promote there is my TLC funnel. And I do that every single week. So I know over time that business is going to grow. For now, my FES, it's the only United States opportunity. I love Traffic Authority, and I was just looking for a place to connect it. So I get, boom, FES, TLC, Traffic Monsoon, and Traffic Authority. And
Good combo.
that's it. And so when people join me in FES, I tell them that, and I say, hey, look, you want to make this work? This is what you're going to do. You're not going to go anywhere else. Don't even post on Facebook. Don't tell anybody. Just keep doing this little loop. And once you're making some significant money, then you go tell some people. And that's my plan, because I know a certain person doesn't like Traffic Authority traffic, but I'm going to prove his ass wrong when my FES checks start
There
getting
you go.
beefier. And it's only going to be promoted there.
And
Yeah.
that's a good way to do it. That
Yeah.
really is a good way to do it.
And
I've always liked Traffic Authority.
I do too. I like those commissions. You know, boom, so-and-so bought a traffic. You got $100 commission. It's just like, man, I can go to town. No. But my thing is, look, if you're buying ad packs and you're cycling money, and Traffic Authority is a little slower. Solo ads is fat. Well, it depends on who you buy it from.
Right.
Solo ads can be fast. Traffic Authority is like, I always compared it to, solo ad is like a machine gun burst. Brap.
Mhm.
And then Traffic Authority is like pap, pap,
Mhm.
sustained fire over time. You
Yep.
know, and so I just keep an active campaign going. You know, I buy whatever, I buy 200 clicks or 1,000 clicks. Whenever that order goes down, I'll buy a new one, and I'll just keep an order going. And that way I know traffic is constantly working for me. You know, I don't care if it's fast or slow. I just, every time my order goes down, I order a new one, and I don't have to think about it. Same thing with traffic for me. Because sometimes they'll give you an order and they'll fulfill it the same day, and sometimes it'll take about a week. Sometimes it'll take 2 weeks.
I noticed that before too. That it wasn't consistent. Like
Yeah, so
I would prefer it go throughout the week.
yeah, because that makes you feel better.
It makes me feel better. It does.
Because it's like, if I get all my leads on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm like, kind
Where
of,
are the people?
yeah, it's weird, you know.
Uh-huh.
Someone with a tighter budget so they get the monthly $50 membership. You talk about for Traffic Authority, I take it. I do. I use the tools every time I buy a solo ad. I use Traffic Authority linking, because you could create a link. Also, what I was doing, and this is an advanced tactic, FES is a USA only opportunity, and TLC is worldwide for the most part. With Traffic Authority, I can have one link that if the person is from the United States, it'll go to my FES capture page, and if they're from overseas, they'll go to my TLC capture page. And that's a tool you have within Traffic Authority, and I think you get that with that basic membership. But yeah, I use it. I use that product every single day. I buy traffic from, you know, certain people that we may or may not like. I always use a Traffic Authority tracking link to track his traffic. And
Good idea.
yeah, or if I buy solo ads from people on Facebook, I use my Traffic Authority and link it, and you could tell if people are coming from the United States, all over the place. So yeah, I do. I swear by those products hands down. It's just like what other people say with ClickMagic and all of these things. If you really get into Traffic Authority tools, you know, you could use the rotators, same deal, you know. When I was taking care of a person, and I was splitting up my traffic, I would take 50% of my traffic and I would send this person 50% of my traffic. I use Traffic Authority. Put the links on a rotator, 50-50. You know, I get 50% of the clicks and the other person gets 50% of the clicks. You know, so I use that all the time. So, you know, I see value in that. I still swear by them hands down. And if you want to keep it simple, like me, you know,
Keep it simple like that.
yeah, I try to. But no, I just want to tell people, look, the only place I bought traffic for this opportunity is here.
And I think that's just an automatic sale. Are you getting referrals for TA from the traffic? Referrals for, I'm getting referrals in TLC, or I'm sorry, in FES from Traffic Authority, yes. But that's the only place I'm buying traffic. And then I tell those folks I'm buying traffic here. I don't advertise it by itself. I don't believe in advertising buying traffic just for the sake of buying traffic. I like to connect it to a system. My FES guys, it's going to take them a while to get to that point because I just started promoting it. But sooner or later, they're going to start listening to me and following suit. So type in the questions there. I'm just reading his questions and going. But I just like that it's simple. You know, if you're promoting an opportunity and you're only using one traffic source for it, and you just, you know, or even in your case, Renee, with, you know, buying traffic from Clay, people join you. It's real simple. You say, hey, you get a traffic monsoon, you get PLS, you go find Clay, you buy traffic from him.
Yep.
Just do that for the next 6 months straight.
Yep.
You know,
That's my plan. Honestly, that's my plan.
Yeah.
Because, right now it's working for me.
Yeah.
And you know what? Clay has a referral. Like, it's different from. It's not like a affiliate thing, but you will eventually, after a certain amount of clicks that you buy, you will get some referral, you know, kickback.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because you're buying him so much business. Yeah.
I've already brought him
so much business. Yeah.
with one order just by saying, wow, I really, for the first time ever, got really good results.
Yeah, it's Clay Montgomery. I've seen him type 2 is Clay. And also, I've seen your other question, funnel and PLS tied to TA. I'm working on getting that into my FES funnel. Thought about putting it in my TLC funnel, but I know some people are spying on my email list. And I know every time I mention Traffic Authority, certain people run back to other people, and then they run back and forth, and I have this whole issue. So I'm like real particular about adding different things into my own sales funnels. But yes,
Bob, I thought you just wouldn't give a shit and just do it anyways.
Well, I do, but I'm just so tired of that kind of hurt my TLC growth, messing around with certain people, because I know quite a few people went to a certain person and asked him about TLC, and he said TLC was a crap business and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really? Of everything we are doing, it is probably one of the most, I don't want to say real, but traditional.
It's more traditional than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, you know, come on.
Really good.
You know, I mean, I love the products. I think they put crack in them because they're so.
I have my thoughts on it.
They don't put crack in the products, but
Don't put
you know,
crack.
it's just I like the NutriBurst, and you know, I'm sure there's other products out there that are super good and stuff like that, but you know, TLC is the company.
If it works for you, you go with it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's all the same. I'm sure there's other stuff. Renee, you can send me some more Shackley tea and convince me that.
I don't want to convince you of anything.
I'm just playing.
Like
I'm
my
just playing. I'm just being silly.
That I'm not going to push products on people. I'm not even, you know, selling. Well, I mean, I have the products, but I'm not even like promoting that. I use the products because they work for me. They changed my life, so. You know.
I don't know about. I don't even know how to promote products in retail. To be honest with you, you know, internet marketing is different from, you know, product sales and network marketing, because internet marketing is just, you know.
If you're gonna promote product, you have to be a people person. You have to do what I used to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Booths. I used to have samples in my purse, and anytime, you know, I was out talking to someone, I happened to be on a playground with someone, and I saw a mom with kids, and you know they had dirt on their hands. I had my little bottle of the Shackley Green Cleaner sanitizer thing that was safe, and I would say, put this on your kids' hands. I mean, it's a person-to-person, you know, incidental. You know, your kids got, you know, just cut their leg, and you know what? You don't want to put something really bad on their skin. You want to put something that's safe on their skin. That's kind of what you have to do if you're selling product and you know, health kind of thing.
In my case, it's like if someone needs to make money like fast and you're in an MLM, it's like you have to create those incidences faster.
Yes.
I'm not saying you can't do it, but
it didn't happen fast for me. I had to learn how to do this stuff. Some things, yes, as a mom, came naturally to me, but learning how to not be shy about what I had to offer people was a huge thing for me. Yeah. And it's a huge thing for most people out there.
And I think that's why they turn to the internet, turn to Facebook, and then that's just another thing all in of itself, you know, a whole nother skill set there. And so, yeah, it's you know, it is what it is. The easiest way I found was, you know, either putting Traffic Monsoon out front, or, you know, you can use, if you're still in, or if anyone is in FutureNet or anything, you put something generic and low ticket out front. Like one thing that worked for me in Four Corners was I promote Traffic Monsoon, and then when people join me in Traffic Monsoon, I send them a getting started email. And in that getting started email, hey, this is how I promote Traffic Monsoon. Here's my PLS link. This is the business I'm promoting on Traffic Monsoon. Four Corners link. And all day long, just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Of course, some people would sign up in PLS, and you know, not everyone would sign up in all three. But it was such an easy, under the radar, you know, you're not just leading with the Four Corners opportunity. You see what I'm saying? And I'm finding that's working for TLC as well. I'm leading FutureNet or Traffic Monsoon as a generic. You can market anything. However, this is what I'm doing. And people eat that up like all the time. They're like, I want to do what you're doing. Show me your system, and I will join everything in a line, and they won't even care. Boom, PLS, I need it. Boom, TLC, I need it. Boom. And it's just like 1, 2, 3. And I found that that's a great way to build a traditional MLM on the internet without being, hey, here's some tea. Hey, here's some whatever. And that's what I found that works. And I think that's a pretty good, you know, way of doing it. Because you're not, because who really wants to be pushing tea all over the place? I don't want to talk to people about tea. Let the damn website do it, you know? I mean, I'm just like, you know what I mean? Internet marketing.
You don't need to.
Yeah. And I just think there's easier way, because I think people get stressed out. I know I do. It's not about talking to people, but it's like, I don't want to be like the Mormons. No offense if anyone's Mormon, but when you see those guys with the white T-shirts and a tie, they're riding their little bikes, and you're walking down a street, you're like, crap.
Where can I run to?
Not saying anything about them, but, you know, it's just like, that's the last thing you know, it's like the last thing you want to do is be preached about when you're walking your dog or when you're doing something. And so I found that to be the same thing in network marketing. It's like when you say, oh, is that one of those, and it just changes the whole vibe.
Yeah, it changes the whole idea about it.
Your cat's out of the bag, you know, so I'd rather do it on the internet. Yep. And I found the best way is to lead with either Traffic Monsoon or just something internet-y, you know, FutureNet, internet-y, just even you know, one of these shady little deals, just lead with something that's low ticket, even lead lightning. I think that's the absolute best thing possibly. It's just the lead lightning sales funnel sucks, in my opinion. But if you make your own lead lightning video talking about the broke man's plan and lead lightning, I think that is the absolute lightning traffic monsoon is the absolute best, hands down way of doing it. Lead lightning traffic monsoon. Then you can buy PLS. Then you get a primary business on the back end. That's it. Go with that, man. Keep running. Don't change like that Rob guy. So. All right, man. I'm getting kind of antsy here. It's 5:53. I know it's what 5, 6, 7, 8:53 for you guys, both of you.
I'll be Rachel up from her rehearsals very soon.
Gotcha. I appreciate you guys coming on. I would have been talking to myself for a few minutes, and then I would have got off. But well, we got some kitties going. What's going on? Oh, I muted again.
He's
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll see you on New York. All right, hopefully.
Yeah. The 14th. I need to start getting around.
I owe you one of these or Coronas or whichever you drink.
What, one or two?
One or two or three. Yes, 1 or 2 or 3.
Or 10.
Or 10, hey.
Super Bowl party. There was a lot of beer going around that day. So.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Well,
everyone except me was drinking.
Yeah, I needed a couple to kind of take the edge off. You know, it wasn't too bad. I like the TM event. Yeah,
well, that's cool.
I just wish these guys would be more, I don't know, open, transparent. I don't know what word I'm looking
Yeah.
for.
No, I hear you. More transparent would be.
Settle the butterflies, give me the warm and fuzzy. Hey, we're going to be here for a long time.
Yeah.
Just opened up our customer support. The TM Bank is this. PayPal's releasing money on this day. Let's just go and move forward. And, but, it is what it is. But.
Yeah, an update on how PayPal is doing, that would be good. They need to be a little bit more on point with information they share. They should do like an update every week.
Or something. Even if it's like, all right, 6 months. I think we're even approaching the 6 months. It was like in January they stopped paying. So.
Right.
It's supposed to be in August.
August.
July or
August something. Yeah, August 12th, I think, if I'm not right. I think I'm correct. I think it's August 12th. I'm looking forward to it. I got 120 app packs frozen. I need it.
I have 848. I'm sure Rob has more than I do.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's about 3,200. And
wow.
I think the time to actually go to an event is after the whole PayPal thing. After everything is all said and done, and people are less worried about it. It's probably going to be one of the better times to go, like in the fall.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That way, everyone's good. Everyone got paid. Life is good. Yeah, I agree.
Man, I will have the extra money by then to definitely go anywhere they want to do the event. So
yeah,
hopefully.
That's when in San Diego, it'll give me a reason to go to California.
It'll give me a reason to go to Vegas. Come on.
No, we've already gone to Vegas. I've been there and done that. I've never been to San Diego. I'm going West Coast. I'm going to California.
West Coast, going to California.
Oh, well, anyways, either way, we're going to chill with Rob over there, so.
No, don't want to hang out with me. I cause too many problems with people. No, I'm just kidding.
It's all right. We'll
kidding.
chill on the beach.
Yeah,
we'll grab a bucket full of ice.
Yeah.
Grab a bucket full of ice, a grill some burgers, some homemade burgers. Get it rolling.
Speaking my language there, man.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, man. I'm going to have to get off of here.
All right, guys. Have a good night. It was a pleasure being here with you guys.
Yes,
I learned a little something. I'm definitely getting back with Traffic Authority. I got out because I was in this since early, and it was a mess early. Everybody knows it was a little frustrating early, and I'm like, really? I'm trying to build my TM. I'm trying to build my PLS. I'm trying to focus on buying traffic. This is not helping. It's just slowing things down. So I kind of backed off a little bit. So I'm going to get back on it as soon as possible, and look forward to it.
Yeah, it's in my opinion, economics, we're here to build a network for ourselves, a referral base for ourselves, and you know, it just creates a loop, in my opinion. It's like if people are buying ad packs and they're getting so many results from those ad packs, why not take some of that money and run it through an affiliated traffic source to at least have a chance to get real signups, real outside traffic? And I think that's the perfect. You can't convince me that it's not. You know, even if they buy the worst possible traffic, and yes, it's marked up, it's still an internal loop. Besides, it's like you're teaching your folks to take off that traffic monsoon profits and run it through Traffic Authority. You get a cut. You get a cut. You know what I'm saying? All your traffic monsoon money goes into traffic. Traffic Authority traffic goes in your, or Traffic Authority money goes in your pocket. And it's just a wheel. And you teach your folks, they duplicate, you're getting paid multiple streams of income. Done deal. You know, it's like, come on. You know, in my head, it's like, how could you not? But some people are like, oh no, you can buy better cost per click. Oh, you know, so it's just like, all right, and they mess up the whole group, and then we're all farmed out with 50,000 different dang programs, and it's just like, I'm not taking any action because I don't know what to do, and I just say, you know what, I'm gonna build one opportunity, and it's only gonna be with Traffic Authority traffic. And when my checks are up, you know, my first week I got $131. The second week I'm getting $700. You can't argue with that. And so it's just like, I'm gonna just show everybody, bam, here it is, simple, and it's gonna be like dominoes. Business, marketing system, traffic. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't change. And you know, but yeah, that's in the future. Stand by for details.
Stand by.
All right, ending the hangout. Appreciate you guys. Hit me up on Facebook if you have questions. Talk later.
Bye-bye.
I'm actually hitting the hang up now. Bye.
Bye.